Hello there, beautiful souls. I know it's been a minute since my last episode, and trust me, I've missed you all so much. Life has been, well, let's just say it's been throwing me some curveballs left and right. Some expected, some completely out of nowhere. It's like the universe decided to hit me with an obstacle course of change and challenges. But you know what? I'm back, and I've learned a few things during that little break that I've been away, and I'm just dying to share with you guys. And I think we can all agree that life has a funny way of testing us, but it's also pretty amazing how we can just grow in the process, right? So today's episode is a continuation of the last one where I left off with 5 rules of life. Well, I got 5 more for you guys. And it's been some of the ones that I've been leaning into hard these past few months, whether it's just like comparing ourselves to others, navigating the big changes that I was speaking of, or just finding reason to smile even whenever life is a little bit messy. I have this episode all about that kind of stuff, and we're going to take a deep dive into reflect more thoroughly on each one of those rules. And if you've been going through it too, just know that you're not alone, and I'm here. And today's episode is just going to be about bouncing forward and finding our light again. So, enough with the rambling from me. Let's get into it. So, rule number 6, since I left you with 5 other ones in the last episode. If you haven't checked that out, please do. But rule number 6 is don't compare. Something that we have all heard before, and also something that we all tend to do without even really realizing it. Comparing ourselves to others is quite common, especially in this age where comparison is almost inevitable. I mean, how can we not? Social media with its curated perfection, it makes it so easy to feel like we're not measuring up. You're just scrolling through Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and then boom, there is an old classmate with their dream vacation in Bali while you're just over here trying to decide what you're going to have for lunch. But one time, this very clever man named Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And boy, was he right. The only person that we should be trying to outdo is ourselves. Whenever we compare ourselves to others, we're just losing sight of our own unique journey and the progress that we've made. It's like running a race, but constantly looking at the other lanes. You're bound to get tripped up and, maybe fall. So instead, try to focus on your own growth and celebrate your own personal small victories. Maybe you finally nailed a yoga pose that you were trying to do without falling over, or you managed to cook a really delicious meal that didn't involve a microwave. Or maybe you simply got out of bed today when you initially felt like it would be impossible to achieve. All of that is something that you should applaud yourself over. And with each step forward, no matter how tiny it is, it's still progress. We have to give ourselves that grace. So I like to try to think of it in this way, like life is a video game and you're just leveling up your character. Every little achievement, whether it's finishing a book or learning a new skill or just surviving another Monday, it's like gaining experience points, those XP points in the game of life. And you're not competing with anyone else. It's just all about your personal high score. And just remember, every time that you overcame those challenges that you felt were completely unthinkable to overcome, you have to give yourself that praise for that. And just reflect on your personal growth and recognize that each and every one of our accomplishments, or your accomplishments, is a building block towards a greater goal. So whenever we catch ourselves falling into that comparison trap, hit pause, take a deep breath, and refocus on your own path and your steps that you're taking to ensure that you are living the life that you want. And yeah, just appreciate where you are right now and all the progress that you've made to get to where you are. And just know that after all, the only race that you're running is the one with yourself. And if you haven't already heard it yet, I'm here to let you know that you're doing a fantastic job. Rule number 7, take responsibility. Taking responsibility for your life is like discovering another one of your secret superpowers. Honestly, it really is. Just imagine you're a superhero and your superpower is controlling your own happiness. Pretty cool, right? Well, that is the thing that you are in control of. You are in charge of your happiness, not your job, not your circumstances, not even the weather. It's all about you and how you internalize all the factors that are outside of you. Think about it for a moment. It's easy to blame all those external factors for our unhappiness, whether it's like, something that happened at work, or it's raining and you were really hoping to have a nice sunny day to go and do something that you had arranged. That whole, oh, I'm grumpy because it's raining, or I'm stuck in this rut because of my job. Well, guess what? The true power lies in recognizing that we don't have to let those circumstances dictate us, that we have control. Every day we're like basically directing our own movie, and we just make those choices for ourselves that inevitably shape our lives. So why not make your movie an epic adventure? And instead of being that person who just like sits on the couch binge watching shows and complaining, try to be the hero who takes charge and actually makes things happen. And when you wake up in the morning, try, instead of hitting the snooze button for the 3rd time, jumping out of the bed like you're about to save the world. Because you kind of are. You're saving your own world, one decision at a time. Choosing to eat a healthy breakfast, there you go. That's a power move. Deciding to go for a walk or hit the gym, boom, there, another power move. Tackling that daunting project at work with a positive attitude, you guessed it, another power move. It's just all about those little choices that add up to a big impact. And the best part is when you start taking responsibility for your own happiness, you feel like you've got the world at your feet, because simply you do. And you're the one who's steering the ship. You're calling the shots, and you're making things happen or not happen. It's all up to you. So let's try to choose wisely and take charge of our own happiness. Embrace that inner superhero that we all contain within and make those decisions that empower us. Remember, you're the director, you're the hero, and you are the main character of your own life. So, try to make it to where it's Oscar worthy. I know that Leonardo DiCaprio has never won an Oscar, but maybe you can before him. Number 8, almost lost count there. Number 8, embracing change. That's something that I have definitely had to practice a lot this past season. There's just been a lot of unexpected changes and just had to do a lot of adapting. But let's talk a little bit more about that. I mean, as we all know, change is inevitable. And as the saying goes, nothing changes if nothing changes. It's pretty profound, right? I mean, it's natural to feel a bit of fear when faced with change. I mean, who wouldn't be nervous about the unknown? But embracing change is what can lead to some pretty incredible personal development, as I've seen for myself. So I will share a little story from my own life. I a few months ago, I had lost my job. Yeah, you heard that right. And I've let those mixed feelings of panic and uncertainty initially, of course, take over because it's just really scary not knowing what's going to come next. And I can't lie about that. But you know what? I've chose to embrace the unexpected change and shift my perspective into one that actually views that situation that occurred to me as just a chance to evolve into a better version of myself. I've probably used this cliche reference multiple times, but I believe the best way to think of change is like transforming into a butterfly. Sure, it's a challenging process. There's a lot of wiggling and cocooning and metamorphosizing involved, but the result, absolutely beautiful. Um, Losing my job is definitely my cocoon moment, or it was. I've kind of moved on from that. But I could have wallowed in self pity and recluse away, but instead, I've chosen to see it as an opportunity to just spread my wings. And right now, I've been able to just explore new passions and dive into new projects that I've been putting off. And you know, it's just helped overall with opening my eyes to, just a different viewpoint. Embracing change is helping me grow personally and just opening doors I never knew existed. And while I don't have it all figured out yet, I'm excited about the possibilities. So, next time change knocks on your door, don't hide under the bed. Welcome it with open arms and a big smile. Like, hey, change, what's the plan today? Treat it like another adventure because that's exactly what it is. A chance to discover new paths, learn new things, and become even an even more awesome version of yourself. And remember, every butterfly starts as a little wiggly caterpillar. So embrace the cocooning, the wiggling, and the transformation because in the end, the result is a more vibrant, colorful you. Number 9 is cultivate resilience. So when life gets when life tests you or whenever it gets tough, resilience is like our best friend. It's like having a trusty sidekick who's always ready to help us bounce back from whatever curveballs life is throwing our way. There's this quote, let me find it somewhere. I think, yeah, okay. Her name was Maya Angelou, I believe. She says, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. And honestly, those words are so powerful. Resilience doesn't mean that you're ignoring your struggles. It just means that you're acknowledging them and finding strength to move through them. Just think of resilience as a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Every challenge, every setback, every oh no moment is like a workout for that muscle. Sure, it can be exhausting, but with each rep, you're building a stronger, more resilient you. And every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Being open to how we can grow and learn from our challenges is a vital focal point in cultivating resilience. Instead of letting certain setbacks actually define us, we can use them as stepping points to arrive at the next chapter of our lives. It's not about ignoring the pain or pretending it doesn't exist. It's just about coming face to face with adversity, just head on and being aware of what our feelings are and finding a way to move forward. Cultivating resilience really starts with being kind to ourselves and allowing ourselves to feel whatever we feel during hardships. It's part of the process. It's okay to feel frustrated, sad, angry, whatever the emotions are. Just give yourself permission to feel all the feels. And then slowly but surely start looking for solutions. Break down the problem into more manageable and digestible steps and yeah, next time life tries to knock you down, get back up and dust yourself off and say, that's all that you got. Because honestly, we're unstoppable if we allow ourselves to be. Just hold on to that resilience and know that we are a lot stronger than we truly realize most of the time. So, with that being said, I've got number 10 for you guys. Last but not least, certainly not least, see the light. Rule number 10. There is always something to smile and laugh about, and finding those little joys can transform your whole outlook in life. There's another saying that I like, and it goes something like, a positive mind finds a way it can be done. A negative mind looks for all the ways it can't be done. So it's like being a detective of joy and always on the lookout for those little clues of happiness hiding in our day-to-day lives. And trust me, they're everywhere if you just open your eyes. When you wake up in the morning and you're not necessarily a morning person, instead of grumbling about having to get vertical, get out of bed, you spot a funny meme on your phone and that makes you giggle. There you go. You just found your first little light of the day, your little glimpse, your little spark. Or maybe you're stuck in traffic, but then you notice the sky is painted with like an absolutely beautiful sunset. That's just another win for you, the light detective. So again, with the choices that we make, we have the choice to focus on the positives, no matter how small. Whether it be warm words from a friend, a cozy cup of delicious coffee, or just a song that makes you want to move your body like no one's watching. There's those little moments of light that can just add up and brighten up our whole day. You just got to stay on the lookout. It's all about training our minds to see the light in everything and every day and spread that positivity to others. Not only could you be a little light detective, but you can also be a little light ninja, you know? You can quickly spot the good and then choose to share it with everyone else around you. Did someone hold the door for you? Boom, flash them with a big smile, say thank you, compliment them on something. Did you hear a great joke? Maybe, maybe not, maybe. If you did, pass it on and watch the laughter spread. It's contagious. Sometimes life casts these shadows upon us, but even then, I promise there is a light to be found. Maybe things didn't go as planned, but there's always that silver lining if we just look closely. Just view it as if you're trying to find that hidden gem in a treasure hunt. And remember that, again, like I said before, just a second ago, that positivity is contagious. So when we choose to see the light, we also inspire others to do the same. And it just perpetuates those good vibes created. So let's try to be those kind of people who brighten up the room just by walking in, who lift other people up with simply our energy and our outlook. Try to make it a mission of yours to find and celebrate those little sparks of joy every day, because when we do see that light, we embody that light and we become that light, and that's what makes the world a brighter place. Well, I think that is all I have for you guys for this episode. End each day with gratitude. Keep your head up and moving forward no matter what life throws your way. And I will catch you guys on the next episode. Oh, and might I add, if you guys are enjoying this podcast, please share with your friends and family, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. And I, in the future, would love to have some other people featured. And I would love to discuss a little bit more about other people's personal journeys and where they are in life, etc. So If you guys are interested in that at all, please feel free to inbox me, leave me a message. You can find this podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, and then I have the website, thejourneywetake.com, that links all those other sources. So yeah, please reach out, and I would love to hear from you guys. And yeah, so that's it. You guys have a great, wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you on the next one.